a Jamaican black nationalist. He is a Rastafari prophet. Because, and others will even go to, because most who are saying that they're influenced by the Bible, they will even go to the point of saying he is the John the Baptist. But that is not a universal view of Rastafari. Not all Rastas say that. So now, what happened is Marcus Garvey said, look to Africa where a king shall be crowned, and then he shall be your God. Though it was never even said by Marcus Garvey, it was said by Reverend James Webb, who was part of UNIA, Marcus Garvey's movement called the Universal Negro Improvement Association. Now, this is the first black mass movement. He had about 400 million black men, Marcus Garvey. He was the greatest organizer of black people. He was those black people who were into the Back to Africa movement, telling the people that we have to return to Africa. But also he was promoting self-reliance. He had his own ships, bakeries, all of that. And then they hit him with the system, same thing, tax, blah, 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 then take you to jail, destroy your movement. Yeah, like what they did most with black movement in the West, like the Panthers and all of that.
Yeah, the question I'm going to ask you now, it may sound very simple. Reggae and Rastafari, just pick the relationship.
Reggae is a art form. It's a musical expression of Rastafari philosophies. So reggae, the word reggae comes from the word regus, which means to the king. It's a music to the king. So in some other comparison, reggae is what gospel is to Christianity. Like roots reggae is what gospel is to Christianity. And that's why most of us, when we rise, it was not with the beating of the drums. We rise before the drum beating and all of that. So when we rise to be Rasta, it was through reggae music. The message, and those old albums, they were even having lyrics, they were written in the back. So you basically hear what is this person is talking about, mainly African related stuff, black consciousness and all of this. So reggae is an art form. Reggae, not every reggae artist is a Rasta. And not every reggae player is a Rasta. And not every Rasta
is a reggae
lover.
Okay, and then now, if there's someone maybe watching or listening to this thing, they want to join the Rasta movement, because obviously most people, they love Rasta culture through the music. Not necessarily that they know what is happening in this Rasta movement.
Through the music.
Like, I didn't know that Rasta people don't eat meat. It's a shock to me, because I love meat. So, but if they want to join your movement, what is the process? Do you have a website?
Yeah, we
social media pages.
We're actually launching.
And you are on a gram. Like, who's the Lhanyan of your movement?
No, Rasta doesn't work like that. First and foremost,
or who's the Mbalula of your movement?
No. Listen, doctor, we don't have Lhanyan or Mbalula in this movement. Because it's not a homogeneous movement. You have those things in a homogeneous movement. When I say homogeneous movement, it's like EFF, you all wear red t-shirt. Who's your leader? Is this one, Julius Malem? No, here we don't all wear the same t-shirt here. You saw we're wearing different t-shirts, different headdress, And I just explained to you that they represent different school of.
Dress don't mean you're a Rasta.
Dress don't mean you're a Rasta, but to be a Rasta, you have to have dreads.
But what about me? Because I can't grow beards.
No, you can still say you're a Rasta
without beards.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm still coming to that. Like, I was still coming to that. Well, ultimately, Rastafari self-definition. We say who feels it knows it.
Yeah.
If we're not Godal Rasta, who am I to say you are not?
Yes.
No one can make another one a Rasta. And no one can disqualify another one as a Rasta. I can't say whether you're not Rasta.
Because you're eating meat.
Or whatever thing that you do.
Or you don't smoke ganja.
There are a lot of Rastas who don't smoke ganja. And so therefore, the point I'm making, no one can define you. You define yourself. It's a choice you make. In 2006, Balabang invite ko nona nchonga babisa ne sponsor like Vio Matel. I think Warriors of the Night. music program and all of that in a little interview. So they were talking about Lucky Dube. Abo. Lucky Dube made an open statement that he's not a Rasta, you know, and his reasons were two. Was no, the Rastas they worship Rastafari, and Rastas they smoke ganja, and he doesn't smoke ganja. So yeah, that's a Rasta.
But he plays their music.
Yeah.
But he plays their
They
music.
play the reggae music. No, get the subconscious thing. I mean, he used to say Ja Rastafari, which is what Rastas do when they shout their God. But later, in Jamaica, after many years of singing this thing, he was singing something he did not have in-depth knowledge of it.
It was commercial for him.
Exactly, it was just commercial for him. Which was that thing where Ozamilem Pakanga, and then from there, I mean, she's not working at reggae. It's only Ringo. Ringo started like a reggae. That's where reggae are Bakanga, it's Afro pop. Wabo? Ekarabereke was REFF, go parliament. What I said. So there is that thing of moving from one thing to another. It's a very, so it was that movement. Yeah, it was that's what you art form. You don't be you have to be a Rasta.
Politics is art.
Everything is art. It's the form part of the 7 liberal arts and sciences. In the 7 liberal arts and sciences is music, is rhetoric, is grammar, is sacred geometry. You understand? All of these things, they form part of the liberal arts and sciences, including music. That is why when I explain about reggae, I say it's an art form. So it means to say anyone who know how to play guitar. I don't know if you know about the comedy. That there's this Ghanaian comedy. It's quite good comedian. The drunk, and he's always drunk, you know, or acting drunk on his comedy. You know, the drunk construct for you a reggae song, but that part is just to mock Rastas and reggae singers, because they say cha 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 cha. They say ja Rasta fry rice last year, eat it all, you know. So you're just making one of those things. But then when he's combining for you, the first sound like no, you don't need to add much. You just need katla, katla. But he'll explain that again. This one now he's having too much smoke in his head now. He's trying to clear it up. He say cha 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 cha. That's why when you see them shaking dreads. So just making fun of all of that, you know. But the point is making is how easy it eventually to construct a song. Then they show you what the bass guitarist does, what the drummer does, what the one who syncopates, all of that, and then from they say to them they must do them all together, and then they give you a very good song. So it's an art form. It takes an artist, you know. So there are a lot of reggae singers who are not Rasta, like UB40. It's a group of white boys, you know, and they're saying about some of the things that most Rastas criticize, like red wine, red wine.
So Rastas don't drink red wine.
Not all Rasta drink red wine.
They don't.
Not all Rasta do that.
Or some do.
Yeah, but that is not what defines Rasta. You know, there are things that define Rasta. People get to know them. Or no, Marasta banujwala, Marasta bajinna, Marasta bari, Marasta balwe, Marasta badingi. Otagwa Jamaica kava chana kadi face. But generally it's understood Marasta balu.
They're peaceful people.
They are peaceful people.
Can a white person become a Rasta?
You can't, but there are a lot of white Rastas. It's like today you have a lot of white Sangoma. It's like from ancient time, from ancient Egypt. The first Europeans to come into our knowledge system. Anything that black people do and that sound nice, they get into it. Nali the white Sangoma, Nali the white Rastas. They do that today. Remember, white people don't join black organization to be part of them. They join them to control them, proven by history, and to take them over. That is one thing I still give ANC props about, you know, is that you can be a white member of the ANC, but you can't be a member of the top 6 or top 7. You will never have a white secretary general of the ANC or a white president, because you understand where you are. But now white Rastas or whites in Rastafari, you know, you have to still remind them, hey, this is a black power movement created by black people for black people within the context of black supremacy. That's what it is. But now, some people, again, they take the songs to liberalize it. You know, Bob Marley said one love. But Rastafari is not Bob Marley's movement. Later, who joined it? Movement. 1930, he became a Rasta in 1970. You understand? So, so you don't define it to Bob Marley ring. You know, you can't say yeah, but Tau said what? It's not my movement.
Mm.
I'm only listening to the Rastafari in my head, who might not necessarily be like the Rastafari in your head, because all of these are product of our own hallucination. When everybody hallucinating about what God is, they hallucinate something different from the next person.
So when are you having the next national
Gathering.
of Rastafaris?
Is
And what, like, to what extent you go into marketing your movement, especially you call people sort of informal Rastas. They are only
unorganized.
one of the like a small percentage of them, or even a bigger percentage of them, could be that they don't know how to join you. What are you doing?
Well, you see, again, we don't recruit. That is the thing with the movement. We don't recruit. We don't recruit to become a Rasta. We don't recruit to become part of the structures of Rastafari. Because we are not defined by strict organizational definition. You know, we don't run recruitment driver are recruitable. There's a certain thing that is driving Rastafari. The idea that we are chosen few. It's not everybody who can be Rasta. You know? So there is a concept of the chosen few, that those who chose this path, or those who were chosen for this path, because it's not an easy path. In a little hardship, in a little Anna can be Rasta then. Oh, you don't do this, Mia can be. So it's not something that is holistically totally acceptable by everybody to everybody. Because it did not begin as something to market itself. It began as a survival. So when people know about it, they don't know about it. It's a social phenomenon, you know. But you don't go out and say, hey, Italian join here. No, we don't work like that.
So you don't have a program where you want to conscientize people about your movement. So, but what about?
We do have programs. We do have. No, I need us to be clear about something, because you see, Nalwena address one thing at two different methodologies. The way you approach it is not the way Rastafari is. It doesn't recruit. It doesn't get into, we want the people to know. If you know, you know. If you